The world watched in December 2023 as the US Navy, a force often perceived as invincible, launched Operation Prosperity Guardian. This mission, centered in the turbulent waters of the Red Sea, promised to safeguard international shipping lanes from the escalating threat of Houthi attacks. It was a bold commitment, a line drawn in the sand against a non-state actor who dared to challenge the established order. Yet almost a year later, the narrative of OPG has taken a stark turn. The Houthis, far from being deterred, have demonstrated a capacity to adapt, innovate, and strike with increasing audacity. The US Navy, once a symbol of unwavering strength, finds itself grappling with the complexities of an asymmetrical conflict where conventional tactics appear to be failing. This is the story of how a determined insurgency, fueled by ideological fervor and strategic cunning, has exposed the vulnerabilities of a superpower and reshaped the geopolitical landscape of one of the world's most vital maritime arteries. The Red Sea, a conduit for approximately 12% of global trade, has become a battleground. The stakes are incredibly high, not just for the regional players like Saudi Arabia and Iran, but for the entire global economy. This conflict, once viewed as a regional proxy war, now threatens to unravel the delicate balance of power in the Middle East and beyond. The outcome of this struggle, far from being confined to the choppy waters of the Red Sea, will have profound implications for the future of international shipping, the fight against terrorism, and the very notion of maritime security in the 21st century. December 2023 marked a significant turning point in the Red Sea, a region already fraught with tension and conflict. Following a series of audacious Houthi attacks on commercial vessels, the United States, in a display of unwavering resolve, committed substantial naval assets to the region. This move was not just a reaction but a strategic decision to ensure the safety of international waters. Thus, Operation Prosperity Guardian, or OPG, was born. This operation was more than just a military endeavor. It was a promise of security and stability in troubled waters. Its mandate was clear and unequivocal: deter further Houthi aggression and safeguard the free flow of goods and energy through this vital waterway. The Red Sea is a crucial artery for global trade, and its security is paramount. The operation, backed by a coalition of international partners, promised to bring much-needed stability to a region increasingly defined by volatility and uncertainty. This coalition included some of the world's most powerful navies, all united in their mission.
At the heart of OPG was a formidable display of American naval might. The U.S. Navy's presence was a clear signal of its commitment to maintaining peace and security in international waters. Destroyers, equipped with advanced radar systems and a formidable array of weaponry, patrolled the strategic Bab el-Mandeb Strait, a critical choke point connecting the Red Sea to the Gulf of Aden. This choke point is one of the most strategic maritime passages in the world. Alongside these warships sailed cruisers, their decks bristling with helicopters capable of extending the reach of American surveillance and firepower. These helicopters played a crucial role in monitoring and responding to any threats. The message to the Houthis, and indeed to the world, was unmistakable. The U.S. Navy was there to stay, and any attempt to disrupt maritime traffic would be met with swift and decisive action. This was a clear deterrent to any potential aggressors.
Initial expectations were optimistic. The presence of such a powerful naval force was expected to bring about a significant reduction in hostilities. The sheer scale of the US naval presence, it was believed, would serve as an effective deterrent. The sight of an aircraft carrier flanked by escort ships was a powerful image of strength and security. The Houthis, already facing a formidable Saudi-led coalition on their land borders, would think twice before challenging a superpower on the high seas. The combined pressure from land and sea was expected to curb their aggressive actions. Moreover, the presence of other international partners, including the United Kingdom, France, and several Gulf states, signaled a united front against Houthi aggression. This international cooperation was a testament to the global importance of the Red Sea. The stage seemed set for a return to normalcy, a period of calm in a region long plagued by conflict. The hope was that this show of strength and unity would pave the way for lasting peace and stability in the Red Sea. The expected Houthi restraint, however, never materialized. Instead, the group, far from being cowed by the arrival of American warships, responded with a calculated escalation, demonstrating a level of adaptability and strategic acumen that has surprised many observers. Their response was not just a knee-jerk reaction, but a well-thought-out strategy that showcased their ability to adapt to changing circumstances and leverage their strengths in unconventional warfare. The Houthis, it soon became clear, were not merely a ragtag militia confined to the rugged mountains of Yemen. They had evolved into a formidable force capable of extending their reach far beyond their traditional strongholds. Their ability to transition from land-based guerrilla tactics to sophisticated naval operations was a testament to their growing prowess and strategic vision. They possessed the capacity to learn, to innovate, and to exploit the vulnerabilities of their adversaries, even ones as formidable as the US Navy. This adaptability was evident in their use of technology and unconventional methods to level the playing field against a technologically superior opponent.
The initial Houthi response was to test the resolve of OPG. They sought to gauge the coalition's reaction and identify potential weaknesses in their naval defenses. Small, fast-moving attack boats, armed with anti-ship missiles and often disguised as fishing vessels, began probing the defenses of the coalition warships. These boats, though seemingly innocuous, were equipped with sophisticated weaponry and operated with a high degree of coordination. These hit-and-run tactics, while not always successful in inflicting damage, served to keep the US Navy on edge, forcing them to expend valuable resources and manpower to counter a seemingly insignificant threat. The constant vigilance required to monitor and respond to these threats placed a significant strain on the coalition forces. This strategy of harassment, however, was just the tip of the iceberg. The Houthis had a broader plan that involved a range of tactics designed to disrupt and demoralize their adversaries. The Houthis, recognizing the limitations of conventional naval warfare, began to employ increasingly sophisticated and asymmetric tactics. They understood that direct confrontation with the US Navy would be futile, so they focused on unconventional methods that could yield significant results with minimal resources. Mines, a weapon often associated with bygone eras of naval conflict, emerged as a potent tool in the Houthi arsenal. These underwater explosives, though simple in design, were highly effective in creating a persistent threat that was difficult to counter. Cheap to produce and difficult to detect, these underwater explosives posed a significant threat to warships and commercial vessels alike. The presence of mines in strategic waterways forced the coalition to divert resources to mine detection and clearance operations, further stretching their capabilities. The Houthis, drawing on their knowledge of local waters and employing a mix of traditional and modern techniques, demonstrated a disturbing ability to deploy these mines with relative impunity. Their intimate understanding of the maritime environment allowed them to place mines in locations that maximized their impact while minimizing the risk of detection. The threat they posed was not merely theoretical. The damage inflicted on commercial vessels underscored the real and present danger of Houthi mines. Several commercial vessels, including oil tankers and cargo ships, were damaged or sunk by suspected Houthi mines, sending shockwaves through the international shipping community and raising serious questions about the effectiveness of OPG. The economic impact of these attacks was significant, disrupting trade routes and increasing insurance costs for shipping companies operating in the region.
The escalating Houthi attacks, particularly the growing threat of mines, prompted a significant response from the United States. The situation had been deteriorating for months, with each new incident heightening the sense of urgency among US military planners. In March 2024, Operation Poseidon Archer was launched, a concerted effort to counter the Houthis' growing naval capabilities and reassert American dominance in the Red Sea. This operation was not just a show of force, but a strategic move to ensure the safety of international shipping lanes that are crucial for global trade. This new operation, spearheaded by a flotilla of US Navy mine countermeasure ships, aimed to neutralize the threat posed by Houthi mines and reassure jittery shipping companies that the vital waterway remained open for business. The presence of these ships was meant to send a clear message. The US Navy was committed to maintaining the security and stability of the region.
Operation Poseidon Archer, however, faced an uphill battle from the outset. The complexity of the mission was evident, and the challenges were numerous. Locating and neutralizing mines in the often murky and unpredictable waters of the Red Sea proved to be a daunting task. The waters were not only murky, but also filled with various obstacles that made the detection of mines incredibly difficult. The Houthis, adept at blending in with local fishing fleets and exploiting the region's complex underwater topography, were able to lay their deadly traps with relative ease. Their intimate knowledge of the local environment gave them a significant advantage. Despite the advanced sonar technology and skilled crews at the disposal of the US Navy, the hunt for Houthi mines often resembled a game of cat and mouse, with the advantage seemingly lying with the more agile and unpredictable adversary. The Houthis' ability to adapt quickly to changing circumstances made them a formidable opponent.
The lack of success of Operation Poseidon Archer drew uncomfortable parallels to Saudi Arabia's own struggles against the Houthis. The similarities between the two conflicts were striking and highlighted the difficulties of combating a determined and resourceful enemy. From 2015 to 2023, the Saudis, despite their superior firepower and advanced weaponry, had been unable to decisively defeat the Houthis on land. Their efforts were hampered by a range of issues that made victory elusive. The reasons for this failure were complex. Acquisition of missile technology by the Houthis and deploying it very effectively. The US Navy, it seemed, is more concerned avoid having its high-value ships sunk. If a US aircraft is sunk, then it would global open season. The Houthis, once again, were proving to be a far more resilient and resourceful adversary than many had anticipated. Their ability to adapt and their unwavering resolve made them a formidable force capable of challenging even the most advanced military powers.